congratulations, you are on the path to Paris. Wow, does that sound good? Yeah, brilliant. You're not actually going to go to Paris in person, but we're going to take a virtual journey all the way around various different countries. Finally, we're going to arrive in Paris. And the way you move is to get active. So you're going to get active and you're going to be in a team, in a little bus, traveling all around different countries. Finally, you're going to end in Paris. I'm going to show you a video as a small introduction, and then we're going to do a little quiz, and then we're going to introduce our special guests. So let's have a look into the path to Paris intro video.
Get ready to join us on our virtual journey to the 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games in Paris.
Every activity you log will be converted into a distance, which will help your team reach destinations around the world on your journey to Paris.
You'll meet loads of Team GB and Paralympic GB athletes on the way in places like Italy, Japan or Australia.
And you can win loads of prizes too. So team up, get active and join us on your path to Paris.
So when can you start? Well, we're going to start in this session, but we're actually going to start with an active quiz. So I'm going to put some questions on the screen and you're going to try and figure out what the answer is. So up on your feet, let's stand up and let's have a look to see what the first question is. What country is Paris the capital of? If you think it's France, then wave your arms in the air. If you think it's France, wave your arms in the air. If you think it's Spain, turn on the spot. Anyone turning? Oh, no one turning. If you think it's Portugal, touch your toes. Okay, brilliant. Well, I can reveal you are all correct. Well done. So let's do the second question. Well done, everyone. If you win your event, what colour is your medal? Wave your arms if you think it's bronze. Okay, no one. I'm watching closely. Turn on the spot if you think it's green. No one thinks green. Touch your toes if you think it's gold. Brilliant. Let's have a look to see if you are right. Drum roll. Drum roll. Yay! Well done, everyone. Brilliant work. So hopefully that warmed you up a little bit. Let's have a sit down because I mentioned we've got a special guest and I'm really keen to introduce her. Because she's come to join us in this session today. She really wants to meet you all. It's Grace Harvey, so let's give a huge round of applause to Grace Harvey.
Hi everyone, I'm Grace Harvey. I am a Paralympic swimmer and I competed at the last Paralympic Games, which were in Tokyo in Japan, where I won a silver medal for 100 metres breaststroke. Since then, I've also competed at 2 World Championships, where I was crowned World Champion in 2022, and I competed at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games, and hopefully this year, fingers crossed, I'd like to attend my second Paralympic Games in Paris. So my first introduction to parasport started when I watched the 2008 Paralympic Games, which were in Beijing. Up until that point, I really didn't know that there was anything more to swimming than just my local swimming lessons, and that you could actually go to the Paralympics and compete against others from other countries in a variety of sports. So I was there in my living room and I watched a lady called Liz Johnson, and that was the first time that I'd seen somebody with an impairment competing at a Paralympic Games. And I thought, if Liz can do that, then I want to do that too. So at 10, I joined my local swimming club, and I remember very clearly it was a Tuesday, and I went up to my first coach, Janet Warrington, who was going to be my coach for 10 years, and I said to her, I want to go to Paralympics. And without hesitating, she said, right, yeah, of course, we're going to do this. So it was a great start to our journey, a really good partnership. Having that belief of someone that I'd never met before going, you know what, we're going to go and aim to compete in one of the biggest sporting arenas in the world. So there are 4 strokes to swimming. There's freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly. And I only joined my local swimming club knowing how to swim 2 of them, freestyle and backstroke. I wasn't taught how to swim breaststroke or butterfly because the swimming teachers that I had when I was learning to swim didn't think that it was important to learn those 2 strokes, so I haven't got a leg kick. But Janet was like, no, we need to race all strokes. That's the first starting point of getting into competitive swimming. And they say that the best things never come easy. You've got to put in hard work to get there. So when I was swimming at Hoddesdon, I spent years in the Boston squads learning the finer points of how to swim, how to time your breathing so that you're not losing speed, and most importantly, how to race. So I was 15 when I broke my first British record, and I'm 25 now, so that's a 10-year journey of starting to compete at the very senior levels. And my first major international wasn't until 2018, where I competed in Dublin at European Championships. And as a team, we walked onto poolside and we were a little bit startled because the normally bright blue swimming pool had turned green and nobody could explain why we were competing in a green swimming pool. And that will always stick with me. It was a bit strange, to be honest. And I remember when I won my first medal at that competition, it was a bronze medal in a 100-metre backstroke. And I look up into the crowds and there are my parents, my two sisters and my nan, and I started crying. Because my nan and my granddad, they took me to my first ever swimming competition when I was 10 years old. And there was my nan in the audience watching that full circle moment of seeing her granddaughter compete on the world stage. And I felt so thankful and so really proud. And I'm sure that when you guys succeed and you hit your goals and you learn something new, that the first people you go and tell are your friends, your family, your teachers. For me, when I was at school, it was exactly the same. I would always share my good news with my PE teachers, who actually still come to watch me race now, which is amazing all those many years later after leaving school. And for me, the number one person that I always talk to when I'm having a good day or a bad day, when I'm training or I'm racing, it's got to be my mum. Always ringing her up on the phone to let her know how I'm doing, and she's supportive right back. So obviously you want to know what's like a Paralympic Games, and it is incredible. I remember walking in to see the Tokyo 2020 swimming pool, and it was blue as far as the eye could see, with towering stands where an audience would have sat. And we had this quiet hubbub of chatter amongst our teammates. So we were all dressed in our tracksuits, all matching, and we were excited to compete on that world's biggest stage. It was unlike anything. I'm a little bit superstitious when I go to race. I like to minimize all the distractions. So the way that I do that is I put my headphones in and I play the same song on repeat. It could be a really random song, and it's got to be a song that you don't like much, because once you've heard it 70 times in your ear, you hate it and you never want to play it again. But I found that it's a great way just to block out all the distractions, to just think, I've got to swim 2 lengths of breaststroke fast. And that's exactly what I did on day 5 of the competition in Tokyo, where I won my silver medal in 100 meters breaststroke. So I actually raced 5 different events in Tokyo. Some of them are individual, and also a relay where I competed alongside 3 others of my teammates, which is really exciting because they say that swimming is an individual sport, but it's not. You know, you've got your teammates with you, you've got the coaches in the stands, you've got the family, you've got your supporters at home, we've got you guys rooting for us to do well. It's not individual, it is that team environment. So hopefully I'm going to make it to Paris this year. So I was thinking about what I was going to say in my talk, and I thought, what would I want to know about an athlete who's training to go to a Paralympic Games? And I thought, I want to know how much they train. So I train Monday through to Saturday with 8 2-hour swim sessions in the pool, with half an hour stretching beforehand, and 3 gym sessions, and 1 session doing a little bit of an aerobic land-based exercise, so maybe on the rowing machine or on the sea erg. That's a lot of training, but it's exciting. You know, we're getting ready to compete on the biggest stage against the greatest athletes in the world. So I will say that everyone in this room, like me, has goals, and it's really exciting knowing what those goals are. And I think that the only limit we have in life is the one that we put on ourselves. And once we've achieved our goal, that is the top of the first mountain and the bottom of the next. We've got to keep improving, and we're going to keep challenging ourselves to hopefully be some of the greatest people that we can possibly be. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much. That was really inspirational. I loved to hear all about your journey, and also the description of what it felt like, you know, first competing. I almost felt like I was there. It was great. And yeah, a lot of training you do.
So much training.
Brilliant. I mean, that's really impressive. Makes my 1 gym session a week seem awful. I see you've got some questions, which is really exciting. So let's now pass over to you. So if you have a question, pop up your hand and we'll go to you. I see you've got a question there. A question would you like to read out?
What is your ambition
Yeah, what is...
for the future?
Lovely question. So what is your ambition for the future?
My ambition for the future is to make it to my second Paralympic Games in Paris. I will never ever say that I want to win a medal. No, I want to be able to stand on the block knowing that I've done everything I possibly could have done to give a lifetime best performance when it counts.
What words of encouragement would you give to your younger self?
That's a great question. What words of encouragement would you give to your younger self?
The words of encouragement I would give to myself would be enjoy it. Make every moment count. You make so many friends in sport, and I'm really fortunate that I've been on that journey alongside with them. So even when it's hard, keep going.
Yes.
What has been your favourite? What has been your proudest achievement?
What has been your proudest achievement?
My proudest achievement would have to be winning my silver medal in Tokyo. Obviously, due to the pandemic, family and friends weren't able to go. And I remember standing on the podium and my parents had given me a pair of earrings. And I said, if you see me tugging my ear with my earrings in, that's me saying thank you. So being able to have that moment recorded while I stood on the podium, thankful for everything they've given to me, that would definitely be it.
That's lovely, and what a nice way of communicating as well with the secret code there. I love it. It's brilliant. You've got a question? Yep.
What were you like at school?
Oh, lovely question. What were you like at school?
What was I like at school? Well, I would always come in with soaking wet hair because I would train in the morning and then jump to school. And I loved school. I loved being in class. My favourite lessons had to be science and German. And I loved lunchtimes because I could chat with my friends all day. I was definitely the kid that was told to stop talking because I had too much to say.
That's great. It's nice to have lots to say though, isn't it? What other questions have you got? Yep.
What are you most looking forward to about Paris 2024?
Ooh, what are you most looking forward to about Paris 2024? That is a fantastic question.
I'm actually really looking forward to seeing the kit because there's going to be so many different athletes from Great Britain, from so many different Paralympic sports, all wearing that same kit, and just knowing that we're going to be in the dining hall together, we're going to go out representing our country, and there's that sense of team, you know, when you've got everyone in matching garb, it's going to be so exciting.
Ooh, who or what is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration is a lady called Liz Johnson. She was the first Paralympic athlete that I saw competing on TV and really opened my eyes to seeing that those with an impairment could compete on an elite stage. For me, it's really a full circle moment when it comes to Liz because she actually is a commentator now. And I remember when I took one of her British records, she came out to me and she was like, great swim. I was like, thank you.
Why are programmes like Path to Paris important? Great question. Yep.
Fantastic question. They are so important because it's making sure that people are aware of Olympic and Paralympic sports and all the benefits of being active and living a healthy lifestyle while also having fun doing it.
Really good question there from your head teacher, who has asked, we've just signed up to be a Move With Us advocate because we're pledging to create more opportunities for young people living with a disability or learning difficulty. How do you think we can sort of go about trying to achieve this, and what simple things can we do as a school or within our community to make sure opportunities are inclusive and accessible?
I would say from personal experience, it's just recognizing that everybody has an ability. Everyone has to start from somewhere. You're not going to get any worse at an activity. You know, everyone's going to learn together, grow together. And even if we're not successful when we're starting to be involved in new activities that we haven't done before, it's a really good conversational starter topic as well of being like, how can I help my friend to do this? And really foster those social connections as well, rather than just focusing on the physical benefits that you might get from the programme.
I know you've mentioned Liz Johnson as someone who's really sort of inspired your journey. Was there anything or anyone else who has inspired you throughout your journey to sort of get into disability swimming?
I would say my first coach, Janet Warrington, actually. She didn't know anything about coaching athletes with a disability. She also worked in a special educational needs school and she did a lot with the Special Olympics, and she just really saw that if someone has a passion to do something, you know, it doesn't matter what their ability is, what they come with, everybody has something that we need to champion the individual regardless of what other challenges they may present with.
Well, thank you so much for all of your amazing questions. But we've kind of warmed up with our active quiz. Now it's time to get involved in our power-ups. This game is called Petang, and the idea is in your teams, you're all going to have a different colour ball, okay? You're going to have this one, and you're all going to have a wooden ball, which we'll call the jack. So we've placed our jack there, okay? And Grace, it's our job to see if we can get our balls as close to the jack as possible, but we're in competition. So,
Do you want to go first?
I'm scared, yeah, okay. Right, wish me luck, everyone. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
So close, so close.
Yeah, so far.
Oh, okay.
That was terrible.
Here we go. I'm going to roll it gently and see how we go.
Oh.
I think I've overshot that.
Oh. It's
you guys will be
difficult, maybe. So, do you remember your teams? Yes, perfect. You see, all around the room, your teachers have been really helpful and they've laid the balls already. So, if you go to a group, you've got to try and get it as close to the yellow ball as possible.
What an excellent shot. Okay, nailing this, we got this. That's it.
This one is called Wear Your Beret, okay? So what we're gonna do is, I've got some frisbees. You're all gonna get one of these frisbees. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna start, let's imagine that this is the start line, and let's imagine I want to travel from here all the way to the back of the room. It's easy, but I'm wearing a beret, so actually it's not so easy because I have to balance it on my head. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm balancing the beret. I'm trying to get from the start line all the way to the finish line, but I've accidentally dropped it. So now I have to start again, all the way down to the beginning. And then I pop my beret back on, and then I try and get back to the finish line. Does everybody understand that game? If you finish, and if you find that it's really easy, I'm going to make it a little bit difficult. I'm going to make it even more harder. So in 3, in 2, in 1, off you go. Good luck. Oh, wow, amazing. Great work. Next, I want you to walk to the finish line in slow motion. Can you balance it on your shoulder? Can you balance it on your shoulder? This time, you're going to be walking backwards. Okay.
That's easy.
Come on then, let's have a look. Walking backwards. If you drop it, you have to start again. You'll notice around the room there are some signs up because you're going to have to listen to the station that I call out. You're going to have to find it and you're going to have to go to that station. Our job is to give them instructions, okay, like jump on the spot. So, first instruction is to walk around the room. Just walk around the room. First station I'm going to ask you to go to is Gare de Lyon. Where's that? Gare de Lyon. Gare de Lyon. Gare de Lyon. Brilliant. Your instruction is wave your hands in the air. You can even jump if you would like to. Gare de l'Est. Gare de l'Est. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing work. This brings us towards the end of the games. However, don't worry because you're now on the path to Paris, which means you're going to be getting active and every active minute. So that includes walking the dog, playing out with friends in the playground, jogging on the spot. You can log that and input it in your account and you'll see your team move closer and closer to Paris, which is really exciting. We're going to end by saying a huge, huge, huge thank you to our special guest, Grace. So let's raise the roof and say thank you so much. A round of applause to Grace. Thank you so much.